You may have the most exceptional product or service on earth, but if you're located in the middle of nowhere, you won't make much money. We could all do with some ways to maximize profit in business by paying attention to our business location. I mean, who doesn't want to make more money? So I've put together 10 factors to consider before choosing a business location. So grab your pen and watch to the end. And hey, don't skip this video. Don't. Watch to the end. Subscription to the channel is very simple. Just click on the subscription button below and also turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know once we upload a video. And if you're just meeting me for the first time, my name is Flora. Here in this channel, my only passion is sharing everything business and personal development skills with you at every silence opportunity.
Skill Faculty is geared towards teaching, promoting and empowering you with the skills needed to become a better version of yourself in all ramifications. Skill Faculty, we are on the side of skill.
Before we get into how to choose a business location, it is important to me that you have an understanding of different types of business location to make it easier for you to choose wisely. The first one is home-based business location. As the name implies, this refers to a business location that is being operated from home. In this case, you might need to look for a bigger house in a residential area or create more space for your business in your already existing home. Then the next one is a mobile business location. This is any business that is not operated from a permanent structure. They move from one place to another. To get this type of location, you have to consider the cost of permit and vehicle licensing when choosing this type of location. Then the next one is retail business location. This is business structures in which goods are sold individually or smaller quantity. Your location could be market space, plaza, spaces in airports, and special events like end of the year sales and so on. Then the next type of business location that we're trying to get acquainted with is industrial sites. This is for companies that require large amount of warehousing space. It's for companies that need access to major transportation routes. This is mostly for manufacturing or distribution type of business. The next type of business location you need to consider is commercial business location. This is the best for businesses that rely on heavy customer traffic. That is it on business location. So let's get into the real video. The first thing you need to do when you're trying to choose a business location for yourself is to consider infrastructure and accessibility. This includes lack of parking space, power and water supply, good road connection. No customer wants to spend hours trying to access your business location. Find out if your customers have to pay for parking lots. Actually, it's not common in this country, but in some part of the world, you have to pay for your parking lot. Okay, no, we still do here. We do. Good infrastructure is beneficial to any kind of business. But you might have to also consider the cost and your budget, because most business locations with good infrastructure and accessibility cost more, just like they will definitely bring in more sales. Then the next thing you need to consider when you're trying to choose a business location is security. No matter how nice the location is, if the security is in question, you might have to consider options. Your business location has to be secured above other things. You can't afford to be losing your product or have your customers and staff attacked on a regular basis when you can easily avoid that. Be sure to make necessary inquiries before making payments in this regard. Ask neutral people around, because security is a major factor to consider anytime, any day in choosing a location. Operating a business where you feel safe and protected should not be underestimated. The next one is competitors. While trying to decide whether to settle for a location, you might be wondering if you should be closer or not to your competitors. It's a two-edged sword with pros and cons. For instance, when I had a fashion shop in the market where 50% of shops were into the same fashion business, it was easier for me to get sewing supplies. I had walk-in first-time customers, like customers just walking for the first time in my shop, versus when I was not in the market. Getting supplies cost more, and getting new customers was solely on recommendation. So you have to consider if you're ready to stay close or far from your competitors based on what favors your business more. If you have already existing customers or have easier access to supplies, logistics in general, you just have to choose. So the next thing to do is consider your target customers. Considering where your target customers are can have a huge effect on your choice of business location. Are your customers resellers or end users? Answering this question will help you determine the best area to locate your business. Your target customers are those you intend to sell to and are more likely to buy from you. If you're a fashion designer that is specifically into menswear, your target customers are men. So in choosing a business location, you have to walk around an area where men are most likely to see you. On the other hand, if you have a toy shop, your location interest should be in an area where parents come more often. The next point is consider your budget. A location might seem to be what you want, but if you don't have it in your rental budget, it will have to be a goal you have to work on. Try not to choose a location because it's fine. There is always a room for growth. If you work harder and smarter as well, it could be yours next year. There are often other location-specific costs to consider beyond rent. Make sure to consider all those hidden costs like service charge, renovation, unpaid electricity bill. I repeat, unpaid electricity bill, especially if you're in this country. The next thing to consider if you're trying to choose a location for a business, consider your brand. When you want to start a business, you already know the brand you're trying to build, which will determine where you want your business located. For instance, it's not wise to put your exclusive restaurant business in a location that have low income earners that are used to buying mama put kind of restaurant. You will definitely have problem maximizing profit. Keep your brand in mind when you're trying to get a location. The seventh one is foot traffic. This is not applicable for business with confidentiality, rather for most retailers. Foot traffic is very important. You want to be situated in a place where people pass all the time, because people are moved with what they see. The more they pass, the more their attention is drawn to your business, and they are most likely to stop by one of these days to patronize you. The next thing again to put into consideration when you're trying to get a business location is consider your employees. One of the things to look out for while choosing a business location is your staff welfare, because employees are often a business' biggest asset. How convenient will it be for them to get to the office? Good access to public transport will be a big plus for your business. Does the facility have provision for daycare for staff with babies? If your business relies on skilled workers, it is best to go to where it will be easier to locate them. Find a skill-based area, but remember to balance it. The ninth one is potential for expansion. You have to consider where you want your business in the nearest future. Does the business location have room to accommodate your expansion? Moving does not only affect your customers, but can be time-consuming and costly too. So you have to consider that. Then the last but not the least is economic policy. Consider the economic policies in a particular region. There are some areas that do certain things and some areas don't. So consider the one that favors your business the most before you make a final decision on a location you want to choose. So let's recap the points I mentioned earlier on how to choose a business location. First of all, you have to consider infrastructure, security, competitors, consider your target interest, consider your budget, consider your brand, consider the foot traffic, consider your employees, consider the potential for expansion. The last but not the least is consider the economic policy. In conclusion, although you can never predict if a location will be successful, you can do as much research as possible beforehand to ensure it is best available fit for your growing business. But bearing in mind that the closer the products are to your customers, the higher your market value. If you watched till now, thank you. It simply means that you have made up your mind on this journey to build a successful business. This will be a perfect opportunity for you to subscribe and share this video to someone you know who has interest in business or personal development. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Skill Faculty is geared towards teaching, promoting, and empowering you with the skills needed to become a better version of yourself in all ramifications. Skill Faculty, we are on the side of skill.